a serious video, and now I'm going to do one that's a bit sillier. Hi, my name's Dave. I'm also known as InfectedFlinch. I don't do many videos no more, but if you found this, you've obviously realised this is a Retro Limb exclusive. Words at the side of my mouth. So this is a video because Retro Limb is now all fancy schmancy, pick your nose fancy, and Steve said to me make an exclusive video, so I did. This is it. See you later.
You're a giant faggot, you should kill yourself.
What I want to talk about is the fact that I watched Rogue One. Whew! Yeah, so I watched Rogue One, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's a strange film, and when I was watching it, I was like a kid in a candy store.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
I was fucking loving it. And it just, everything about it is awesome. And from this moment on, if you don't want any spoilers, turn off now, because we're going to go into a lot of them. Right, so, massive problem with Rogue One. It's a massive fan wank. It is the biggest, baddest fan wank I think I've ever seen. It's a weird film where it's been made for the fans, which is cool and all, but it's not made very well for normal people. And I found myself saying a lot of the time, why is that happening? Who's that? I can't remember who that guy is. Why is it so depressing? And so forth. So I found myself saying a lot of the time out loud, well, why is that happening? Because like at the beginning of the film, there's one bit where like you literally get exposition within like 2 minutes. So like Jin, I think that was her name, Jin, excuse me, Winnie Pops. Jin, the female lead protagonist, who is hot and very strong as a female character, but very boring because all she does is give fucking motivational speeches, which is another gripe that I'm going to come to in a bit. But the thing is, this film just seems to go and say, here you go, we're just going to do Saving Private Ryan, but in Star Wars. And it's like, but hang on, why is Forrest Whitaker here? And what's his deal? What's his shtick? And it literally goes, there's Forrest Whitaker, now he's got a robotic arm and a robotic leg, can't breathe properly, he's suddenly going completely nuts, then he commits suicide, which he does. He just says, I'm not running. And it's like, why doesn't he go with, yeah, so like this big explosion happens, and then he just goes, I ain't going, fuck you, I'm staying here, I'm going to blow up.
I'm sorry, what was that?
And it's like, why? Why are you doing that? That doesn't make any logical sense. There's another bit where like the big bad guys go to pick up Jin and they land like miles away from the house and they walk up, and it's like, it's a cool dramatic shot and it's just a massive fan wank all the way through, but you're just like, that doesn't make sense. Why's that happening? What's going on? There's another bit where like Carillion, cause whatever the fuck it was, Mexican guy, where he's an absolute twat and then he becomes a really nice guy, and it's just like, what happened in between? And it's just like, oh man, the more you think about this film, the worse it gets. And I mean, it looks pretty, and then it just goes, oh, there's a bit of blue milk, and it's just like, and it just became rogue references all the way through. And it was just, there was nothing, there were new things in it, but the new things you just didn't remember, because I don't think they were meant to be remembered. I think this was just like, we're sorry for The Force Awakens, and then that was it. It was just like, here's a film, have we just made it? You know, you just kind of sit there going, oh, this is cool, and I don't get it. I mean, like the first hour of the film, it dawdles. You don't even know what's going off or why. It just looks really pretty, and there's a lot of shooting. And then Admiral Akbar lookalike number 2, but it's not Admiral Akbar. But he turns up to have a fight with everybody else, and they fight with the Empire. And then Darth Vader turns up at the end. So yeah, I found a lot of the time towards the end, it was just took up with motivational speeches rather than an actual story. Because like they were saying, we can do this and blah, blah, blah. We're going to be the good guys. We can make a change. We can give hope, a new hope. So it just becomes very, very tired and very, very long. And you're just kind of like, this is cool. But, I mean, at the time, this is what I mean. When I was watching it at the time, it was amazing. I was like, oh, no, that guy's dead. And, oh, no, that guy's dead. Oh, he's dead. And it just drags it out. It's really, really sour and really morbid how it kills him. It, like, drags it out. Like, I mean, I remember K2, the robot. They dragged that out for, like, a good 5-10 minutes, it feels. And if you're a kid, I mean, it's cool and all that it's like they're doing it and they don't care and it's for like family. It's a family film, but at the same time you're like, wow, this is going a bit far. And you just, I don't know, it just becomes this thing where you're like, it's nothing new. But when you did something, I mean, they haven't done anything new with Star Wars, let's be honest. I'm just going to say, Force Awakens was new. No, it wasn't. It was New Hope again. So, I mean, this is the problem. And I don't remember who said it, but the Star Wars franchise, it makes itself as this big universe with lots of stuff in it, but there's not much to it. You've got to always have stormtroopers, you've always got to have one big bad guy, and you've got to have the Jedi. Those are your 3 elements. Those are your bread and butter. And if you start changing it and you go in a different direction, it's not really a Star Wars film anymore. And that's the problem with Rogue One. Because you've changed it into a Star Wars story, it's still based in Star Wars, but because it can't live and breathe on its own as a Star Wars story, it's having to rely on all these other things from Star Wars to make it work. And it's just references, and it's just literally... And a mate of mine called Glenn, he was absolutely crazy on it. He loved it because it satisfied his fan wanks. That's what he needed. And for me, I was like, well, I know they're all going to die. And I went in feeling that way. And then when I finished it, I didn't think it was all that bad. But the more I think about it, the more I don't like it. But anyway, comment, like, and subscribe as you normally do. It's a small review, and that was a special thing for Retro Unlim. I was doing this, and because I'm doing it on my phone, when it gets a notification, it cuts off the video. So it may have done this again, and now I'm going to be left here, just stood here talking like a moron. If not, I've just made some exposition, and you knew why I was talking like a moron. And yeah, welcome to Retro Unlim, bitches. This is the new thing, so give some love to Steve. I know I've just done, and yeah.